Hey guys, it's Lucian, and today is the start of week 4 of the O.W.L.s Magical Readathon. The O.W.L.s Magical Readathon is a month-long readathon. You can figure out all the information. It's in the description box below. Also, I mentioned it in like my week 1 and week 2 vlogs. But, yeah, if you're interested in seeing what I've read for the first 3 weeks of the readathon, I have my Imagine Me reading vlog as well as my week 1 and week 2 reading vlogs in the description box below. Oh, and week 3, by the way. Sorry. But I just finished wrapping up last week, and I'm going to start this week. So let me begin by talking about the books I will be starting out the week with. So the first book that I'm starting the week out with is Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. This is a YA contemporary standalone about a girl named Alex that suffers from schizophrenia, which include auditory and visual and auditory hallucinations. That's all I know about this book. I've only ever heard Emma Books talk about this, and she raved about it, so I'm very interested in this book. It is pretty long. It is like 400 pages, but the margins are like really small, and the text is pretty big. But I have had this book forever. I think I got it in like Christmas of 2017. It might have been 2018, but I think it was 2017, so I've had this for over 2 years, and I am really excited to read it. I have been contemplating getting rid of it, but I am going to try to read it for this, and this counts for the challenge of read a book that starts with the letter M. I think it is defensive. No, I don't even remember what it's, maybe herbology, but I am hoping to start reading this today. I have, also, I really want to read The Name of the Star by Maureen this week. I'm like 5 chapters in. I am going to keep listening to the audiobook, and then maybe once I finish Made You Up, I will start physically reading that. But yeah, I just wanted to start this and say what I'm starting the week out with. So now we're going to get into like the actual vlogging of the video. So, I'm not looking too great at the moment, but I have started Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. I have the dust jacket here, but I am currently 120 pages in, and I am going to read the next section. I finished part 1 earlier, and I'm going to read part 2 now. I'm really excited, because I read, like, anytime I finish a part, sometimes I like to read the chapter that starts the next part, just so I can get a taste of what's going to happen, and the first chapter of part 2 was already really interesting, so I'm excited to keep going. Right now, it's pretty mediocre. The beginning was alright, but now I think we're really getting into the meat of the story, and, like, the promise of the premise, so I'm really excited for that. I didn't update at all yesterday. Actually, no, I did. I had 1 clip, but, still, I only have 1 clip, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna go finish Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. I have, like, 100-ish pages left, but I wanted to update you on what I read, because I think I said that I was gonna go read part 2, and I did, and I liked it. It was interesting, but it was just like, the book is sometimes very fast-paced when I want it to be slower, and it's sometimes really fast when it's really slow when I want it to be fast. So there was like a Christmassy part, and it was like half a chapter, and the rest of the Christmas, like, area, part of the story was just totally skimmed over. So, yeah, I'm going to finish the last 100 pages, and I will update you when I do so. It is so disgusting outside, so if I look really yellow, sorry about that, but, I have finished Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce her name, but I think I'm going to settle on 3.5 stars. I really wanted to give it 4 stars because of the ending, but I think 3.5 stars is a really good representation of my feelings towards this book. I would say the last 50 to 70 pages were my favorite. There was a huge plot twist in this book towards the end, and I marked it with a tab. I just think it was done so well, and I really loved that plot twist. I might raise my rating to a 4 after, like, further reflection, but for now, It is a 3.5 out of 5, but I enjoyed it. I had fun reading it. It was a really quick read. If you are looking for a sort of intense contemporary, but you also want something that is very fun to read and light at some points, there's levity with the darkness as well. But yeah, I think I would definitely recommend this one. But I am a really big fan of serious contemporaries. Like Far From the Tree by Robin Benway is one of my favorite contemporaries, favorite books of all time. And so I was definitely excited to read this because it is a very serious topic, but it just wasn't my favorite. Sometimes I was a little bored. Next, I think I'm probably going to read The Name of the Star or A Study in Charlotte. I really want to read A Study in Charlotte, but I think I'm going to wait to like binge read that whole series next month. So I think I'm going to actually start reading physically The Name of the Star. I'm like 5 chapters in, but I am definitely going to try to get farther into tonight, and then, yeah, that is it. Okay, I will update you if I have read some more of The Name of the Star, but I am going to go mark this on Goodreads. So goodbye. I do have an update. I'm currently 79 pages into The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I'm like officially starting this book today, and I realized that for this week I don't just have 7 days, because if I did, that would mean the month ends on the 28th, but it doesn't. It ends on the 30th, so I have 2 extra days of the readathon, and I only have to read 2 more books. This and the one that is read a book with a coast, like that is set on the coast. I do realize that I didn't read the one that is under 150 pages, but I have 1 chapter left in The Pearl by John Steinbeck, which I'm not even going to talk about. It is a rough book, but I had to read that for school. We're not going to talk about it. I'll mention it briefly when I finish it, but I'm not even going to read that last chapter until I'm done with this. But anyway, I think I've talked about this book. It's basically... Actually, I think I talked about it in my last vlog, but I'll reiterate. Basically, we follow a girl named Rory. Oh my god, I am suffering from severe bedhead right now. Okay. We follow a girl named Rory who lives in New Orleans, and she gets to go to this boarding school in London called Wexford, and when she's there, these murders start happening that are mirroring the murders that happened in the late 1800s by Jack the Ripper. And the location, no, the time and the, the way of murder are the same, but the locations are completely different. And so the people are like, it is the Ripper as a ghost, and our main character is the only witness to one of these crimes. So right now I am on like part 2, I guess you could call it, but something I really like in this book is that there is normal narrative style, like with Rory and it's her perspective, but then there will be these like third-person point of views that are like details from the murder, or like clues that give you some insight or like background to the murders that are happening now, and I'm really enjoying it. It reminds me of Truly Devious. I feel like this series and Truly Devious are actually really similar, because in Truly Devious we get the perspective of Stevie, but it's like third person, and then we also get the glimpses from the past that are like the original murder. This is not in the past, but there are still little like snippets. I am just really playing with my hair. I'm so sorry, but I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, and it's not a good sight. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, I am enjoying this book. I totally forgot what I was going to say. But, I'm going to go eat lunch now, and I will update you when I have read some more, or I have something to talk about. Hello, I'm going to try to film this clip quickly. But I just had dinner, and I'm gonna go shower now. But I am like 230 pages, I think was the number, into The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I'm really enjoying it. I can kind of tell that it's a Maureen Johnson book, and that's not an insult at all, because I love her writing, most of the time. But I think it's a really good testament to the author when you can recognize that it's their book, just through their writing. I am hopeful that I can finish the book by the end of the day tomorrow. I had a rough day today. I had just like the longest school day that I've had since this quarantine started. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. I am really enjoying the book so far. As I said, it is definitely giving me some Truly Devious vibes. I'm not enjoying it as much, but the scenes are, like, especially recently, have been, like, consistently good and, like, getting better and better as the story is progressing, and I just, like, have a level of excitement that I am maintaining throughout reading all the scenes. Like, you know when you get to a scene and you're just like, oh my god, this will be really good? I felt that way, like, throughout most of the book, so that is good. But I'm gonna go shower now. Hopefully I can read some more of this book, and then if I finish it tomorrow, that means I'll have, like, 2 to 3 days to finish one more book, which I have already started, which I'll talk about, like, when I have another update, or, like, when I've finished this book. But, yeah, that is it. Goodbye. And I might check in before the end of the day, but if I don't, then I won't. For once, I am actually in the mood to vlog, but right now I have, like, 70 pages left in The Name of the Star, and I'm in a pretty good mood today. It is very nice outside. You can probably tell. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm showing you through a window. But it is very nice outside. It is sunny. It is also my sister's birthday, so I was helping set up with that. She has some friends outside. They're all standing 6 feet apart, which is something else, but I am honestly kind of upset because I'm not loving The Name of the Star as much as I was in the beginning. Right now, it sort of has just become like a police procedural story instead of the mysteriousness it was in the beginning. So, hopefully the last 70 pages will be, like, amazing, but right now I'm gonna go eat birthday cake because why not? And then hopefully I can read the last 70 pages, and then I'll update you, and I'll be more coherent. So yeah, also I really want to edit my week 3 vlog, so if I can do that, I'll let you know, because I really want to get that up before the end of, like, before Friday, I guess. Okay, now I'm just rambling. I'm gonna go. Goodbye. Hello, so I finished The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson and last night, and I think I'm gonna give it, like, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, but honestly, the beginning was way better. Like, the first half, I feel like, was really, really good, and it gave a lot of setup, and then the last half just turned into, like, a police procedural story that I wasn't really for. And I knew it was going to involve, like, a police system, but I didn't really know that it was going to be so prominent. So I didn't love the last half. Also, the reveal of who the Ripper was, who was committing these murders, was pretty underwhelming. So, yeah, I ended up giving this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And, yeah, I enjoyed it. I will be continuing on with the series. And that is that. I just don't have many super strong feelings towards it. Okay, and then I also finished The Pearl by John Steinbeck. I read the last chapter. I have to do an entire essay on this book, comparing it and To Kill a Mockingbird, which I really didn't like this book. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. It was just really bad. I don't want to talk about it, so I'm not going to. But next, I am going to be reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. It is really cool. I'm already, like, 9 or 10 chapters in. I've been reading it just, like, sporadically throughout the last week or 2. But it is really interesting. We follow a girl named January, who is a romance novelist, and she goes to this house near the beach that her father had, or something like that, and she has, like, a deadline of, like, she has 3 months to write a book and give it to her editor. And then while she's there, she sees that her college rival named Gus, who is a highly acclaimed literary writer, is also at this coastal town spending vacation, and they both make a bet that, like, who can finish first. So January is going to write a really literary, great American novel sort of style book, and Gus is going to write a fluffy romance rom-com book. And whoever finishes first wins, and the other person has to endorse the book. So they have to blurb it and talk about it, like, on their websites or on their social media and stuff. So, I've gotten to the point where they make the bet, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It is very fluffy, there's not much substance to it, it's fun, and I do want more beach stuff, because it's called Beach Read, but this qualifies. I forgot to mention, the Pearl qualifies for read a book under 150 pages, because that book is like 90 pages. The Name of the Star, I forget what it's counting for, but, whatever. Oh, no, wait. Wait, which one does it count for? I don't know. But this book Beach Read qualifies for read a book set at the sea or coast. So yeah. That is it for this clip. It's already really long. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And goodbye. So, I'm filming this clip on my phone, if you couldn't already tell. This is way nicer than filming on a camera. It's like way lighter, but anyway, I am like 6 chapters away from the end of Beach Read. It's like very mediocre at the moment. I did film a video today, which was like, books I've read, part 2. It was like, I don't know, I just don't feel good about it. I don't know if I'm gonna post it or like if I'm gonna refilm it or something. But, yeah. Beach Read is going fine. I liked the beginning more. I mean, the book is called Beach Read, and we've been to the beach once, and it doesn't even feel like it's set in like a nice summer town. It doesn't even feel like it's set in the summer or like that it's meant to be like a beachy read. It just feels very like there. It just feels like a romance book. And I feel like the thing that I was looking forward to, which is like the beachy, summer, fun, frothy aspect of it, is just not really there. It's a pretty serious book, which I was not expecting, but yeah, it's fine. Hopefully the ending will pick up. I like the authorial voice and the authorial narrator, but for now, it's just very okay. Why are there, like, orbs in my picture? Is there a literal ghost in my room? I don't know. I hope not, because I ain't got time for that. But, yeah. That's what's going on. So, I'm gonna update you later. It's the last day of the O.W.L.s readathon, so, yeah, we're gonna count up the pages tomorrow morning, because I'm not about to do that tonight. So yeah, hopefully I can finish Beach Read before the end of the month, and then I will finish all the challenges. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. It is May 1st, which means the O.W.L.s readathon is over. I completed all of the challenges, and I'm very proud of myself. But here I have the, like, challenges, and I'm just gonna show you the books that I read and what they counted for. And then I'm gonna say goodbye. Okay, the first book that I read was Imagine Me by Tahereh and Mafi, which counts for the challenge of the Care of Magical Creatures, which is to read a book with a creature with a beak on it, and if you can see in the eye, there was a bird, and birds have beaks, so yes. And I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. Okay, we're done. Then I read The Honey Don't List by Christina, which counts for Muggle Studies, which is to read a contemporary book, and I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Night Country by Melissa Albert, which counts for Ancient Runes, which is to read a book with a heart on the cover. As you can see, there is a heart right there, and I gave this book 2.75 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, which counts for night classes, which is to read a book the majority when it's dark outside, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Kingsbane by Legrand, which counts for Transfiguration, which is to read a book that features shapeshifters, and there are angels in this book, which are shapeshifters, and I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars as well. Then I read King of Fools by Foody, which counts for Divination, which is to assign books to your TBR and pick the one that you landed on with a random number generator, and I give this one 4 out of 5 stars as well. Then I read People Kill People by Hopkins, which counts for Charms, which is to read a book with a white cover, and I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read Bloodwitch by Dennard, which counts for History of Magic, which is to read a book featuring witches or wizards, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. After that, I read Made You Up by Francesca Zappia, which counts for Herbology, to read a book that starts with M, and I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson, which counts for arithmancy, which is to read a book outside of your favorite genre. This is mystery, my favorite genre is fantasy, and I gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Pearl by John Steinbeck, which counts for potions, which is to read a book under 150 pages, and I gave this one 2 out of 5 stars. And then finally I read Beach Read by Emily Henry, which counts for Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is to read a book set at the sea or coast, and I gave this one 3.75 out of 5 stars. I also just realized I forgot to wrap up my feelings on Beach Read, but I finished it last night, and as I said, I gave it 3.75 out of 5 stars. It was way more serious than I thought, but it was still a fun romance, and I don't have much to say about it. I would recommend it if you are looking for a romance book that does have some, like, heavier topics, like, underlying issues. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can watch all of my O.W.L.s Readathon vlogs now, but all my social media links are in the description box below, as are the information for the O.W.L.s Readathon, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!